Okay then guys, we are back live and the youngsters are now lined up on the grid, ready to start. So we'll get ready with the replay camera just to make sure we get a good cut this first start. But the lights are now going to be going yellow. They will be.
In a second, yeah.
Fantastic. So,
here we go.
Lights are red. Lights out, away we go now. So Jack's made Charlie's made a quite good start at the outside, but Everett, young Jack's got to actually come through. He's down on the inside. He's got past Everett. A little bit of contact there. Who can make it through the chicane in first place? So Jack's getting swamped a little bit there. He's not been able to unfortunately capitalise on that, but he has moved up one place already, and we're only halfway through.
Well, I think Jack might even get a little bit of a bumping board for the beginning of that start there. That was a little bit bumpy, but he's come out in third position, so a good start from little Jack. But look at Charlie already. He's got a little bit of a gap ahead of Joel as we come through to complete lap 1. Then it's Joel, then it's Jack, then it's Everett, then it's Fensom, Bailey and Costas.
So young Charlie there, he's managing to stay just ahead of the guys. But you've got to remember that Dixon Cohen's got the other Hara boy behind him, which means that he's going to be under pressure. So him and Charlie got to try and escape away from Jack now. If Dixon Cohen's got any opportunity to overtake Charlie without having the pressure of Jack behind him. We see further back there, but Everett's managed to keep up with this group as well. So he might be able to capitalise on an overtake on young Jack. But we'll see what happens there. Then further back in carts, 46 and 45 is Fensom. Then Bailey's just behind him. And then Kostros is there at the back as well. So those two guys are having their own little race as well. So you can see the pack is actually now breaking up into little couples of carts. Young
Jack O'Hara's just been given the barriers board, PJ, so he's cracked the barrier somewhere. That's probably why he's a little bit further back from Joel and Charlie. But look at this is an unusual situation for Joel. He's already normally in the Winter Series already won a race by now. And look at that. Look at Charlie. He got a bit wide and he's cost Joel a couple of seconds there.
So we might get that on a replay because that was just a little bit of a loss.
Because now Jack's going to be right catching him up behind him as well. So let's see if Harrison can keep going, because Leighton is still stuck down in 6th behind Fensom. But look at how the O'Hara and Joel are really pulling away now as they come through under the bridge.
So lap time wise, we can see the guys at the front now, the best lap times are in the 33, but there's a big difference between Charlie with the 33.799 and the 33.2 of Dixon Cohen behind him. So Dixon Cohen's managing to put in slightly faster laps, which is building that gap. And Jack's still there on behind with the fourth place guy Everett dropping back now a little bit further off the back of this group.
So let's just have a quick look as they cross the line once again. 32s now, PJ, for Charlie and Joel. Jack is still doing 33s, the only one in the 33s. Everett, Fensom, Bailey and Kostras all in the 34s, and not separated by much at all. As they come through the final corner, we're just about to get to the halfway point now, 5 laps completed. Charlie still leads from Joel from Jack, and a couple of faster lap times there from Jack as well. He's just done a 32.969, which is 0.02 of a second quicker than his brother who's leading the race.
Excellent. So Bailey is hanging all over the back of Fensom now as they go through the chicane section here. Bailey seems to have an advantage as he comes through this section, right at the back of Fensom as they come down. They are literally touching each other as they come up the ramp.
Side, as we watch them now, there's Bailey in the white. Was quite close, but he's had to back out early. Can he get under the bridge? Not this time. Let's see what his exit speed's like, because he's all over the back of Fensom.
He is. He's got to find a place to get past, because he's clearly got the out-and-out pace through the middle part of this section. Loses a bit down the straight, but saying that, he's actually gaining a little bit on the braking point there. So high hopes for Bailey to capitalise on a mistake possibly by Fensom, and if not, being able to find somewhere we can actually get past.
Let's just cut back to the leaders, because Joel's closed the gap now. It's visibly looks less than a second. It was 1.1 as they crossed the line last time. This time, it's still 1.1, but yeah, I thought it looked a bit closer than last time. 7 laps completed, 3 to go, and Charlie is in great position to take this win again, but we're not going to write anything out. If we remember from race 1, Jack did take himself out of the race, so we don't want that to happen to the other O'Hara brother.
If you look at the last time around, Charlie was a 33.124, Dixon Cohen just behind was a 33.111, and then behind Jack's lapping almost a second slower with a 34-second lap. So yeah, he's falling off the back of them, but he's not close enough to the person behind to really worry.
Fastest lap of the race as well is Charlie, which is unusual for Joel, but he is slightly behind, obviously being held up slightly in certain sections from Charlie. We've got 2 laps to go, 1.5 really, and look how close Joel is now. He's really putting the pressure on as they come back under the bridge. A little bit wider, and Joel's got a better traction coming off the final, under the bridge. Now onto the final corner. Let's see. Charlie moves quite early onto the right-hand side of the track as we look at it.
But he's braking on the inside line, which is going to compromise his overall
but it's
speed.
the final lap. He must be thinking, I'm just going to hold it on now. I'm holding on for this. And Joel is a bit further back, PJ.
So we can see here that actually coming down onto the first corner now is the back 3. So that's Everett, Fensom and Bailey. All got very, very close. So we've got we're going to cut actually back to start finish straight as young Jack and Dixon. Charlie, sorry.
Across the line they come.
And there's a checker flag there for Charlie, followed in second place by Dixon Cohen. And then Jack there, kind of an uneventful race for him really, down in third. And then
look at the battle for fourth. It's going to be close between Everett, Fensom and Bailey. Across the line they come, and it's going to be Everett taking 4th position, Fensom 5th, Bailey in 6th, and Kostras will cross the line in 7th. PJ.
Well, slightly less eventful than the last one, but no doubt still as thrilling. So the races are now just kind of come back into the pits, and I think that was it was a good race. It's quite well controlled. No one made any mistakes, and we've got a few replays. I think just mainly the 2 replays, one from the start of the race, I believe, and then one from slightly further ahead.
I'm not sure where it was, but we'll have a look. Joe's going to play it now for us, so we're just going to
take a look at the screen.
Get it back in.
So we can see here the start finish straight. So they're up there in the distance a little bit. But as soon as that starts to play, you'll see them heading down towards the first corner.
Here they go now, PJ. It was a good start from young Jack, who was on the second row. Look, he's already getting up the inside of Joel. A little bit of contact. I don't think Joel realised he was there on turn-in. But nonetheless, Joel did keep the position in the end, so no harm there.
So you can see how it develops as they come around the corner. Jack's got to almost make himself room because Joel didn't see him there. So they both slowed down, which put Joel on the outside of the circuit with Jack on the inside.
But good play from both of them there, PJ, because they did give each other room through the chicane, which was fantastic. Normally, we've seen it in the past where people just don't give enough space and someone pummels straight into the barriers and ruins a race.
No, that's really, really good. It's nice to see that kind of level of racing, certainly from these younger guys. As you see, they're all now exiting and going to see their relative family members.
PJ, we're just going to see the second replay. Joe's just putting it up for us now. It was at the final corner, so let's have a look what happened here then. Let's just run this through.
I think this might have been Charlie losing traction there and having a bit of oversteer.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
really well caught.
Yeah, a bit of contact, but obviously that was Charlie's fault for losing it. But like you said, very well caught.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, Peach, if you want to head back over to the booth, I think we might be ready to go again on that.
Well,
fingers crossed. Anyway,
we'll see. But yeah, you put some filler in while I head over there, and I'll see if I've got any drivers. In fact, as silly as it sounds, it might be worth you doing it because you know them by their first names.
Okay.
And you call them by their first names, I call them by their last names, and we're getting confused with who's who.
Yeah, let's do that then.
Definitely get a word with Charlie. So I'll just run through these lap times again. So the last laps, they were quite close. So Dixon Cohen was only 0.7 of a second behind Charlie O'Hara. And then there's quite a big gap back to Jack. So Jack was 6 seconds off his brother there.
Enjoy that, guys.
5 points.
Good racing.
3 seconds behind the guy in front. Oh. And then there was another big gap there as well.
Three. Can I have top 3 in here for?
He's gone. And then the last 4th to 6th place, they all finished within 0.7 of a second each other. So, given a couple more laps, that may have, that may have added a few extra overtakes into the situation. But nevertheless, that was really, really impressive from those guys out there. So, best lap of the race. Just having a look down the list here, we've got a 32.646, then we've got a 32.663 just behind him. So, I think that's Charlie's. Yeah, that's Charlie's fastest. Was the fastest there with a 32.464, so that's really good to see. So I can see Reno on our preview screen. He is there. I don't know I think he can hear me. Just give us a nod if you can, Reno. You should be able to. Probably not. He's gone dark. He is there. He looks rather lost in space at the moment, but hopefully he will be getting a driver in. So I think he'll be speaking to Charlie first, actually. But as soon as we've got a driver in shot. Then we'll probably get pass over. But Reno, can you give us a nod if you can hear me, mate? No, he can't. He can't hear me. Can you hear Martin? Oh, that looks like a jack. So what we'll do is we'll just hand over. Hopefully, Reno, we can hear Reno. See what we can do. And yep, here comes the interview. So, Reno.
Okay, so I think we're live then. So we got young Jack here, who finished third in the race. You had a fantastic start, Jack. Just talk us through the beginning of that for me.
So we were going for the first corner, and I was on the inside line, and I was going up the inside of Joel, and then Joel was squeezing me on the barriers, and when we were coming out the corner, he pushed me all the way out.
Yeah, it was a little bit of contact, but we had a look back at the replay, so you'll see that later on, and yeah, it didn't seem like it was too much, but I think you both gave each other plenty of room in the end, so that was absolutely fine. Obviously, race one went a little bit wrong for you, but you managed to recover. How do you think this round went all okay for you?
Good.
Going to work on next time? Make sure your visor doesn't shut down, yeah?
Yeah.
Good lad, good lad. We'll swap out then. Joel, if you want to come down, mate. Second in race 3. It means you do stay second in the championship overall. Bit of a strange situation for you. You didn't come away with a race win today, which you're so used to. How does that feel for you?
It just means I need to work on it, really. And work on my overtakes and my starts and everything else.
Yeah, I think if we look back at race 1, I think it was, you do get jumped by Jack early on. So maybe you're right with a little bit of work being done there. But overall, eventful race 2. Race 3, you had a lot of pressure on Charlie. Is that something you think that coming up in the next couple of rounds that you're going to work on, just trying to find that decisive edge?
Yeah, if I stay behind him, I'll work out his mistakes.
That's the best thing to do, Joel. Well done today. Unfortunately, you didn't come away with a win this time round, but there's always next month, isn't there? So finally, your race winner. 2 race wins for you, Charlie. That's a difference. What's your secret then today?
Just to push it.
Well done. I mean, a man of many words as usual. You know, we had a little chat we used beforehand with your dad as well, and we did say to push it. You proved that you pushed it. What's it like having Joel right behind you all the time?
It's a bit scary.
More words than a dictionary for you, buddy. Right. Well, obviously, we'll let you crack on. We'll let you watch the feedback. But really well done. 2 race wins. It does mean you're top of the championship. We'll look back at bonus points and stuff like that for you later on. All right, buddy. Well done. I'll have that off you. So yeah. PJ, I don't know if you can hear me or anything, but it has been an eventful 3 races. I think the boys have shown that. They've had their little bit. So I'm going to hand it back over to yourself up in the commentary box.
Okay then, thank you Reno for those interviews, and that does conclude round 1 of the Spring Series TRCK Cadet League. So we are back at 5 o'clock for the start of the Adult League, and we will be back again, I believe it's the 4th of April, for the second round of the Spring Series of the 2019 TRCK League. So do like and share. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. We're new on Twitch. Do give us a follow and you'll be notified every time we go live. That may be a couple of times around, depending on our network issues. I know that Reno's got a big smile on his face and he's very happy with how this has gone. And a lot of the drivers here quite in high spirits of some fantastic racing. They've got a lot to be proud of. So, you know, we're going to go for some lunch at the Race Club Diner now. Hopefully they're going to be making us a lovely pizza or a burger or something to keep us going, because we've been here quite early and we're going to be here quite late as well. So, fingers crossed. They've got my order upstairs. I'll have whatever you're making, and we'll see you guys later at 5 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Catch you soon.